Greetings, good people. This is Jimmy Warren here with ArkanTalk, powered by the Arkansas Times. And we have with us the lovely Miss Sammi Bivens.
Hello.
Sammi, thank you. Thank you so much for coming on. For people out there who don't know, tell us a little bit about yourself.
Well, my name is Sammi Bivens, and I am originally from Camden, Arkansas. I was born in Baton Rouge, Louisiana, but moved here about first grade. I work in marketing as a marketing manager right now for Pearson, which is a higher education firm. You may have heard of them from your textbooks, but that's not exactly what we do. I work in what many would call a new industry. It's called online program management. So basically we partner with colleges and universities to help market their brands online. So that's what I do 9 to 5, and then from 5 to 10, I'm a solopreneur at my recently launched agency, Digital Marketing Maven and Co.
Awesome. So coming from those small towns, I know you went to school at UALR. What was that like growing up in the small town of Camden? Because I'm originally from Crossett.
Okay.
So I know all about the small towns and everything, which y'all were a little bit more fortunate because you had a movie theater.
Yes.
So what was that like growing up in Camden?
Well, I love Camden. I didn't know anything outside of it until I came to Little Rock, of course. So growing up there, you know everybody and everybody knows you basically. You grow up in the community and I grew up around a lot of family. So that was life there. It wasn't until I left Camden that I was exposed to other parts of the world, and just living in Little Rock, it was a totally different experience. Like you said, we had a movie theater. It closed like when I was in junior high. But we did have a super Walmart.
There you go. Awesome. Attended UALR. What was your degree in there?
So I got my bachelor's of business administration with a concentration in marketing.
Okay. So you've already kind of been on the marketing path for a little while now.
Yes, I went to school. I really didn't know what I wanted to major in. I had several majors. In fact, I graduated with a whole extra semester of credit hours because I kind of tried lots of different areas, from social work to criminal justice, psychology. None of those really resonated with me. And then I always knew that marketing was something that was always evolving and always changing, and so that's what drew me to it. I'm a very creative person, and so I don't like to be put into a box, and so with marketing the possibilities are endless.
Absolutely. What's your favorite part of marketing? If you had to, is it creating a product? Is it sharing ideas with people? Like, what is if you had to name like a number one thing that you enjoy?
I would say it's problem solving, because there's always a solution. It's just, how can I work myself back from the problem to the root cause? Like, because sometimes the problem that you are facing isn't what's causing it, right? So I like being able to really do some critical thinking and figure out how to make something better. And so I just really enjoy when I can turn something around.
And now, Marketing Maven?
Yes.
Tell us, we'll start there because I know, but tell the listeners a little bit about it.
So Digital Marketing Maven and Co. is a digital marketing focused agency. Right now it's me by myself for the most part, but I do collaborate with other marketers to help with certain aspects of the business that I may not be an expert in. But digital marketing is number one right now because it is measurable and you can actually get in front of the customers that you're seeking. Not everyone in the world is needing your product or your service, but digital marketing enables you to be more focused in on your target market. And so with traditional forms of marketing such as billboards or print ads, things like that, it's just not as relevant anymore. So my vision is to help small businesses get on a level playing field with larger companies by helping their digital marketing strategy.
And I think you definitely hit the nail on the head, because Forbes put out an article a couple of weeks ago that more and more minority small business owners are popping up. So that population, definitely, I don't want to say they definitely need help, but there is an area for opportunity there. Because if you think about it, if you're selling cupcakes, your main focus may be just selling the cupcakes, so you may need help with the marketing and design of things. So I say all that to say, why do you think that demographic specifically can benefit from marketing?
Well, it's because a smaller business may not have the dollars to compete with a larger business, and so when you are digital focused, you're able to use your money more wisely and more efficiently, and it's measurable. So you can test different audiences, you can test different things, and if it's not working, you can quickly see that and then pivot. So I would say that's the number one reason why small businesses need a digital strategy.
Definitely. So digital strategy to you. A lot of people think that I can just put a flyer up on Facebook. If you had somebody who just came into your office and maybe it's a young kid that wanted advice, what was the free advice? What free advice would you give somebody who wanted help in the marketing arena?
Well, I would say, first of all, make sure you know who your target market is. Again, not everyone is looking for your particular product or service, or they may not be the individuals who will spend money on it. So just posting a flyer is not going to work. You need to make sure it's the type of content that your audience is seeking, and then you want to get that content in front of the right individuals.
Absolutely. What about books that you're currently reading?
So anyone who knows me knows that I love reading, and I read several books at a time. So right now I'm reading 3. I'm reading Change Your Words, Change Your Life by Joyce Meyer. I am reading The One-Page Marketing Plan by Alan Dibb. And The Greatest Salesman in the World by O.G. Mandino.
If you had to list one book that maybe has influenced you the most or maybe changed your mindset, what would that book be?
I would say The Greatest Salesman in the World. Like, I just recently started reading this book. It had been recommended to me a while ago. If you Google it, it's like one of the most recommended sales books. So I was reading it actually for my business. I wanted to find ways to improve what I was doing as I'm consulting with clients. But it's really, anybody can read it, no matter what your industry is, and it is life-changing because there's a lot of practical, everyday advice that if you apply it to yourself, you will be successful in whatever area you're in.
Awesome. And your new company just launched this year, but from what I hear, it's already on to be a great 2020. Do you have any goals for yourself or maybe for your company this year that you wish to accomplish?
Well, really when I started out, I didn't know that it would take off so quickly. I was thinking first quarter, I would just market and promote myself. And then by second quarter, I would start to book clients. And so already in this quarter, I've booked 3 clients. And so now I need to set new goals because it's just done so much better than I anticipated.
And that's great. I'm surely and really happy for you. Now that you have moved, you went from Little Rock to Dallas to Chicago. Have you ever given any thought about coming back to Arkansas?
I don't know if I would ever come back to Arkansas to live, but I definitely want to get to a point where I can sponsor a scholarship for underserved youth. And I would also love to go back to my hometown of Camden and give back in some way, whether it's speaking at schools, putting on programming, things like that. I do want to go back to where I came from and be what I needed. Like I said, I didn't have a lot of exposure. I kind of went to college, didn't know what the heck I was doing. So I would love to go back and be able to sow back into my community.
A lot of people for 2020 have been doing the vision boards and things like that. What are you most passionate about?
I am most passionate about helping others, honestly. I love seeing other people succeed. I love being able to use my talents, my resources to help other individuals. I feel like no one can do anything alone. And lots of people have sown into me and have helped me to get to where I am. So what I'm most passionate about is just helping in any way possible.
Awesome. So last question, and it's one that we always leave people with. 10 years from now, 20 years from now, what do you want the Sammi Bivens legacy to be?
I would love to have my own company that is all I do, where it is full-time, where I am employing others, empowering others to reach their goals, as well as giving back to the community. Would love to have a scholarship and free programming to where I can help other individuals grow. Really, all I want to do is be able to help other people.
And I know that you definitely will do that. So thank you so much. Ladies and gentlemen, Miss Sammi Bivens. You can see her social media handles and as well as our other pertinent information listed in the blog post, and we'll see you next week.